Hello, Papa Fringe.
Hello. Hang on. Hello.
There it is.
Yummy, yummy. Scotch in my tummy.
Is it the classic scotch and soda?
Oh, God. Not soda.
Well, that's what you always have at the scotch and water. Excuse me.
Scotch and water. Don't you tell me what I have, you little rascal pup. Get off my grass.
It's gonna be a good night.
Papa Fringe is ready to go.
Oh, and he's out of the dark.
Now that I'm out of the dark, yeah. I realized that was looking a little much. That was kind of looking like Killjoy, Ohio there for a second. Without the purple. Hello, Dave Powell. Hey
there, Joe.
First time I've been able to tell you personally, great job on Caitlin's graduation.
Oh, thank you so much for coming by. That was so much fun.
That was fun.
We had an absolute blast. My favorite part was when she realized that the parade was happening, and you see her all of a sudden get giddy and overwhelmed.
Start pointing.
Yeah.
No. The greatest, especially for an improv guy, is the jogger running by going 4 more years, 4 more years. That was truly excellent.
I loved it.
Great job on the news, by the way, Zach.
Oh, thank you so much, Joe. I appreciate
Great job
that.
on the news, even if your thing tonight didn't rhyme.
Which thing tonight?
Your tent, your table tent, or you were building a tent fort with.
Oh yeah, I'm right after this. I'm going to build a fort with Alex.
Yes, but it didn't.
I didn't hear you say rhyme. I heard you say run, and I was like,
"Oh,
run? When was I running a tent?"
No.
For everybody who's just joined, don't forget to type into the chat, signing up, and your name.
Oh, okay.
If you want to play, yeah.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Neil. Great job last night, Neil.
Thank you so much, Joe. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Joe, wasn't he delightful?
Oh, that was really interesting. And I used to bartend, but that was back before the old muddling stuff. And I mean, you just grabbed the bottle off the bar and you poured it into the drink. We serve stiff drinks for people who want to get drunk quick.
No, don't get me wrong. That's normally how I have a drink when I get home. And I will tell you, I was terrified beforehand. I was so nervous before. Like, I've never done anything like that again. But I will say I might after last night.
So the flaming thing you had.
Yeah.
What is that, like $400, or is that like $29.95 on Amazon?
It is like, it's not even that much, around $15-17 on Amazon.
And you fill it with butane, or
butane.
Okay.
Yeah.
A good old cigarette lighter. Okay.
Yeah, butane. And I mean, that's how I learned how to do it at Wise Guys and Riches. And like, yeah, we just flame the orange, and it's for like a little bit of flair, but also it does kind of give a little bit of taste to it.
What else?
I hope everybody in the audience on Cincy Fringe and No Theater right now are enjoying this in-depth talk with the sponsor of the bar series. You can actually see his face tonight. This is Joe Mock, aka Papa Fringe, and his team, who is not here, the Real Pro Team.
That's right. I've got them out working.
And we are about to go live. Well, we are live. We're about to go and start the event. Right when this clock reaches 0.
Oh, Sean Dillon's here. Edison's here. Cool.
Okay, it says I'm supposed to send my request to Dave to play. I thought I was supposed to put it in the chat.
Just put it in the chat, but make sure it's the Zoom chat.
Yes.
That's
Okay, welcome everybody to the 2020 Digital Fringe Bar Series. Just like every other night, if you are so inclined, raise a drink to Joe Mock, aka Papa Fringe, and the Real Pro Team, who is here right now tonight. Papa Fringe, can you give us a wave? There we go. And tonight's series is going to be a improv jam featuring some local improvisers and also some people very much new to improv. So take it away, Dave.
Hey, thank you, Zach. Thank you very much for that introduction. And thank you, everyone who is here in our Zoom meeting right here that's attending the our Fringe Jam here, our digital jam. This is an experiment at best. It's going to work, I think, pretty well. And I think it's going to be a cluster cuss. So let's see how it all works tonight. What I'm going to ask everyone to do is if you are in the Zoom meeting and you want to play, please within the chat, within the Zoom meeting itself, if you could type in signing up and your name, or yes, sign me up, something of that case, and your name. I will be writing those down. I have a list of games that we will be playing, and I will just be going down the list and putting those names in. And if it seems like after a while we don't need the chat format, I might just be calling people up or asking for volunteers. I myself will probably be giving you all of your suggestions for this evening as well. So just be aware of that. And if you're in the Zoom meeting and you just hang out and want to just watch, that is perfectly fine as well. I have no problem with that. We will not make anyone play that does not want to play. All right, a few other things, as Zach said. Yes, thank you so much to our series patron and patron of all things Fringe, Papa Fringe, right there, Mr. Joe Mock. He is joining us tonight, and I'm sure we will get to see him play some of these games as well. I will explain all of the games you are about to play, and I will give you a suggestion, and you will go from there. If you're playing a game that you have never played, that is perfectly fine. I will explain everything to you and try to make sure that you know everything you're supposed to be doing. I will call the game and I will set you up for success. And the only people watching are everyone watching the Facebook stream right now. So probably, dozens of people. Also, feel free, since it's the bar series, to have a drink in hand right there. And also to make sure you're signing up in the chat. Also, as we're playing these things, let's make sure we are respecting each other, having fun, saying yes to each other. While you're playing in the games themselves, I will explain some of them. I will want you to keep your microphones on. I will want you to keep your screens on. Other games, if you're not playing in them, I might at that time ask you to turn off your microphone or to turn off your screen. All right, so first game we are going to play is this is an all play. This is anyone within the meeting that wants to play. This is a game called 185. What you're gonna do is if you wanna play, please turn on your screen right now, as well as unmute yourself right now. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep my eye on the screen itself. And when you want to tell a joke, just be waving at the screen. If you have an object or something like that you want to use, feel free to do that, but be waving on the screen. And when I call on you, you will be the next joke right there. The first, so make sure you've unmuted yourself as well right now, just so we don't have anyone making a joke while they are muted. All right, and if you don't want to play in this game, that is perfectly fine as well. All right, so first game is a game called 185. How this game is played is a joke-telling game, and the format is this. 185 blanks walk into the Fringe Bar series. The Fringe bartender says, I can't serve 185 blanks, and the blanks deliver a punchline. So as an example, it could be this. 185 doctors walk into the Fringe Bar series, and the Fringe bartender's like, I can't serve 185 doctors. And the doctor's like, well, you could if you had more patience. Yes. That is the level of joke that we are dealing with at this moment. So feel free to lean into those puns, lean into those things with double meanings, and just have fun with it no matter what. All right, let's get into our first suggestion. And I will try to see everybody, but make sure you're waving your hand. You're doing it very emphatically, because I will not see this. This will not get you called upon. This will definitely get you called upon. All right. Your suggestion for this first game is mechanic. Mechanic is your first suggestion. All right. All right. Do I see anyone waving their hands? Do I see any brilliant people? I don't see anyone waving their hands. Gotta be bold. Oh, there we go. Joe Mock first. All right, Papa Fringe.
Let's see if I get this right. 185 mechanics walk into the No Fringe Underground bar, and the bartender says, I can't serve 185 mechanics here. And the mechanic says, well, I guess I'm just screwed again.
Yeah! Excellent.
I'll take a
Neil,
drink.
I believe I saw your hand flashing.
185 mechanics walks into the Fringe Series bar. Bartender says, we can't serve 185 mechanics here. 185 mechanics say, don't get so oiled up about it.
Yay! Excellent. Lisa.
185 mechanics walked into the Fringe Bar. Bartender said, we're closed. And the 185 mechanics said, you've just thrown a wrench into our party.
Oh, boom! Excellent. Does anyone else? Do I see anyone else's hand? Nope. All right, I see him. Oh, that's Sean Dillon. Sorry, there you are.
Yeah. Hey, 185 mechanics walk into the Fringe Bar series, and bartender says, welcome. And they order a drink. And said, well, you want to have a whiskey? And bartender, they say, how much is that? And the bartender says, I don't know, like $5 for most people, but for you, $6,000.
I see you, Joe. Hold on a second. I just didn't want to laugh. I didn't want to like that.
I'm
But
sorry.
I did. That was brilliant.
Yeah.
Joe,
Yeah.
Papa Fringe, you're up.
So Sean Dillon and 185 mechanics walk into the Neil Series bar, and the bartender says, would you like a drink? And they say, yeah, whiskey. How much is it? And he says, $5, but for you, $6,000. And the mechanics say, put it on Papa Fringe's bill.
Yeah.
That is very true. I've done that myself. All right. Moving on. Joe Mock keeping OTR improv inebriated. All right. Yeah. Brilliant. All right. Let's move on to our next suggestion. And our next suggestion is artist. Artist is your suggestion. Think sculptors, think painters, think anything like that. All right. I'm going through my screens. I see a lot of thinking heads. While you're thinking, mine would be 185 artists walk into a bar and the bartender's like, whoa, hey, this is a Fringe bar. We're kind of weird, but we can't serve 185 artists. And the artists are like, all right, we're Van Gogh. All right, Sean Dillon, I see your hand up. Hit it.
Yeah, 185 artists that walk into the bar. Bartender says, we can't serve you. And the artist says, yeah, it's cool. We don't actually have any Monet.
Yeah!
I like that. Yes.
All right. Does anyone else got a joke? Anyone else? Looking. Oh, there we go. Lisa, I see you. All right, excellent. Lisa.
185 artists walk into the Fringe Bar. The bartender says, sorry, we don't serve artists. The artist said, that's really quite the brush off.
Ooh. All right, Shandil, I see your hand up.
Ah, sweet. Okay, 185 artists walk into the Fringe Bar, and bartender says, "What do you want?" And they order a bunch of drinks, and he says, "Pay for them." And they say, "Oh, but we got these Fringe artist passes. Doesn't that cover it?" And they say, "No, no, those get you into shows, but they don't cover your drinks. Besides, it's 2020 and everything's digital right now." And so they say, charge them to Joe Mock. And Joe Mock is happy to cover it. And then they also go buy some groceries. And they say, charge those to Joe Mock. And he is so generous.
No, I don't buy groceries.
Then they say, we're having trouble with our rent. Joe!
All right, I see Neil with a joke. I see Neil's hand.
185 artists walked into the Fringe Series bar. Bartender says, we can't serve 185 artists. 185 artists say, why don't you easel up, mister?
Oh, boom, boom. Oh my gosh, excellent job, everyone. That is the game of 185. Everyone, great joke there, great joke. Feel free at this time to mute yourself at this moment, as well as turn off your camera. Though, could I please have Sabrina and Neil keep your cameras on. Keep your cameras on. If I could get Sabrina and Neil. Excellent, excellent. All right. Now, what I'm actually going to do is this won't count as your game, but Emily, I saw you. Could you please turn on your camera as well? And Joe, could I please have you, Papa Fringe? Because you know what? You're our Bear Series sponsor. I'm going to go to you a lot. If you could keep your camera on. And what's going to happen is this. Sabrina and Neil, so great to see the two of you. You two are going to be playing a game called Pillars. I also love everyone has someone in the background waving hello and enjoying this as well. I want to see as many extra people as possible. All right, so Sabrina and Neil, you two will be playing a game called Pillars. If I believe you're familiar with Pillars, but just to let you know how we're going to play it tonight is this. You two will be playing your game, and every once in a while you're going to forget the next thing that you're going to say. But unfortunately, because we're doing this socially distant and digitally, you can't place your hand on your pillar's shoulder. So what you'll do is, Neil, Papa Fringe will be your pillar. So just whenever Neil, whenever you like kind of stop, put your hand up like this. That is when Joe, you will fill in the blank for him. And then Sabrina, when you're playing, every once in a while you'll forget what the next thing you're going to say. You'll do this as well in the camera. And Emily, anytime you see that from Sabrina, you will fill in the blank for her. And then just because this is a digital world, Neil and Sabrina, make sure you repeat what they say, just so we make sure we got what they said as well. All right. For Neil and Sabrina, as well as Emily and Joe, if you want to unmute yourselves right now, that would be great. And your suggestion for this scene is this. You two are landscapers in the dead of winter.
So the last time we take a job in the winter, the last time we did this, we ran into
A snowplow.
a snowplow.
Oh, that snowplow. That really messed us up. It created that snowbank, and then we had to
Farfanoogan.
Farfanoogan.
I tell you, I didn't think I'd ever have to Farfanoogan again. And just to describe it, that's when we take each of our arms and
hold our butts to keep the farts in.
hold our butts to keep the farts in.
Oh, and it's so hard when it's so cold to keep your butt together. it's like extra hard. It wants to separate in the cold, and it wants to
Marshmallow.
marshmallow.
Oh, my poor marshmallow butt. And every time I fart, it
It makes the snowbank
makes the snowbank bigger.
Oh, and it's terrible. It on top of making the snowbank bigger, it gets stickier with those marshmallows. Oh, it's kind of like, that time when you do the
3-ply.
3-ply.
Oh, what I would give for some 3-ply toilet right now. We could at least start a fire, warm up, and start.
It's burning toilet paper? What am I, stupid?
What am I, stupid? Why would I burn the toilet paper?
Well, I mean, I don't think you're stupid. I think it's a good idea. We have marshmallows. We're cold. We burn toilet paper. We could,
Ride a pony.
ride a pony. It's
We
cool.
could ride a pony, and that's why they call me Mr. Stay Puffed.
Scene! Great job, great job. Yeah, give yourselves a high five through the screen. That was amazing. Yes, that is right, Sean Dillon. Clap, 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 clap. That is how we socially distance, give each other the clap and cheer for everybody. All right, what we're gonna do now is if I could actually keep Emily and Joe, since you two were just giving suggestions there, and that's seeing if you can keep your cameras on. And if I could get Sean and Lisa to turn their cameras on and unmute themselves as well. This game is called Four Corners. How this game is played, typically when you are with all of us, there's two people in the front, there's two people in the back, two people are playing a scene, then they rotate, and then they've got two other pairs going on as well. I have already set the pairs, and I will let you know who your pairs are with. You will be in two different scenes. When I say switch, I hope you're keeping track of yourself. I'll be keeping track of it, and I'll remind you if we have gotten lost. But the order will be Sean and Lisa will be playing a scene together, and then Lisa and Emily will be playing a scene together. Emily and Joe will be playing a scene together, and then Joe and Sean will be playing a scene together. So just to repeat that, that is Sean and Lisa, Lisa and Emily, Emily and Joe, Joe and Sean. All right. So for our first group right here, Sean and Lisa, your suggestion for your scene is pirates. Pirates is a suggestion for your scene. Digitally switch. All right. For Lisa and Emily, the suggestion for your scene is hangover. Hangover is a suggestion for your scene. All right, for Emily and Joe, the suggestion for your scene is frigid. Frigid, Frigid, is a suggestion for your scene. I just want to make sure Papa Fringe got that, since I see him writing it down. I'm so proud of you right now. And Joe and Sean, the suggestion for your scene is shadows. Shadows. All right. I cannot repeat those because I did not keep track of those whatsoever as I made them off the top of my head. But it's Sean and Lisa, Lisa and Emily, Emily and Joe, and then Joe and Sean. Let's and I'm going to let you all just leave your microphones on and your cameras on right now. We'll just be playing between the two. I just won't. I'm not going to worry about everyone trying to turn on and off their cameras. I will turn mine off though. And let's start off with Sean and Lisa. Take it away.
Professor Cornelia, you are the world's leading authority on metallurgy. And I found this chunk of metal. in my backyard, and I can't tell if it's actual gold or fake gold.
It smells real to me.
I hope this isn't too forward, but you've made me a very wealthy man in my bank account, and I'm hoping you can also increase my wealth in my heart.
Switch! Switch! Lisa and Emily.
I think it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Bobby, this is
Yeah?
the 5th time this week. We're gonna have to make some changes here. Okay? You know, the 3 times I was like, yeah, not a big deal. 4 times I'm kind of getting on my nerves, but you know, 5 times, you know, you're living in my basement and you're drinking all my booze. I think it's just not going to work anymore. We can try for a 6 and see how I feel, but I'm thinking it's probably just not going to happen.
Switch! Switch! Emily and Joe.
Emily, I hear you say 4 times. We've never done it 3 or 4 or 5 times. You're so frigid.
Yeah, about that.
Tell me.
What, like when you say frigid, do you mean like frigid, or do you mean like semi-frigid?
I'm talking Westinghouse, Samsung, LG, 4-door, stainless steel, refrigerator, freezer combination frigid.
Switch! Joe and Sean.
Who knows what evil lurks between those 2 fingers? The shadow.
You have summoned me to do your bidding, master.
Okay, I summoned the fucking devil. I did not summon a little bunny rabbit with a deep voice.
I'm the devil bunny.
Oh, the devil.
I have an eye now. Check it out.
Switch! John and Lisa.
Dr. Cornelia, I've enjoyed our 3 years of marriage together, but as I was digging in the backyard, I found this chunk of wood. Is it real wood or something else? Please inspect it closer.
Well, as you can see, it really isn't wood. It's really the keys to the castle. And
wow, I'd be happy if that were just actual cash.
Lisa and Emily, sorry.
Bobby.
yeah,
All right. There was the booze, but now there's the women. They're everywhere. I mean, everywhere. They're using my toiletries and my tampons. Come on, Bobby. This is the 10th time this week.
but I made you a taco.
It's probably one of those special tacos. Oh, you know what?
What?
It's gone. The ladies, they're eating everything. They're eating me out of house and home. Bobby.
Switch! Emily and Joe. Emily,
I've got to apologize, Emily. I think I was a little too strong and too forward with you before about you being frigid. How can we work this out to mutual satisfaction?
Well, you know, if you could maybe name some more appliances, that was kind of warming me up a little.
Oh.
Yeah.
How about General Electric gas stove?
Oh, yeah. More.
6 burner gas stove with the high heat, high instant boil option.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
speaking
Okay.
of boiling.
Okay.
Woo.
Over, under the counter, hung microwave. Yeah. Okay.
Joe and Sean.
Okay, so this is like a cat shadow. So I'm supposed to be afraid. No, it's a turtle. It's a turtle shadow.
I'm a demon turtle. The bunny wasn't to your liking.
Okay. Yeah. I grew up with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, so a demon turtle was like nothing to me.
Tell me your foul wishes. I will vanquish your enemies.
Okay. One of my foul wishes is I've got this frigid wife. And
Scene, and that's the game, everybody.
Okay.
Excellent.
Nice
Give
turtle.
yourselves all the clap. Great job. Feel free to mute yourselves and turn your cameras off. That was absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much. All right. Now, remember, if you're in the webinar and you've been sitting here watching it for a little bit, and you're like, wow, that looks like a lot of fun. I haven't signed up to play, but I would love to play. Feel free to put in the chat, sign me up, and your name. For anyone else that's already played, so that's Sabrina, Neil, Sean, Joe, Lisa, and Emily. You are definitely already signed up, and I am already working you in, so you don't have to worry about that. I am just making sure to keep track of how many games you have played. All right, so with that in mind, for the next game we're going to play is a game called Counting Words. And can I actually please get, Sabrina, Sean, and Lisa up? Sabrina, Sean, and Lisa up. All right, so this game, I believe all three of you have played this, but just for anyone playing at home, this game is called Counting Words. And what's going to happen is these three players right here, they'll be playing a game, but their dialogue can only last as long as a number is. So their line can only be that have as many words as that number right there. So as an example, if their number was 4, all of their lines, that person's lines, would have to be 4 words long. Then they can't speak again until someone else has spoken as well. All right. But so for the three of you, just because it is classic and I love it, we are going to go with 5, 1, 3. And Sean Dillon, I'm going to give you 5. Sabrina, I'm going to give you 3. Lisa, I'm going to give you 1. All right. So again, Sean has 5, Sabrina has 3, and Lisa has 1. All right. Now, I was sitting there during the last game, just racking my brain for the most brilliant suggestion I could think of, and it never came to me. So you're going to get this suggestion. And your suggestion for the three of you is deep sea diving. Deep sea diving, Sean Dillon with 5, Sabrina with 3, Lisa with 1. Ready, set, take it away.
Aquanauts. We've submerged too far.
Look! A shark!
Deep.
Oh no! It attacks us!
Ah! My arm!
I'll try to bite it.
Danger.
Oh no! Look!
Death.
Death for Mr. Cartilage Bones.
Yay! Paul's great.
Victory.
Guys, there's treasure down here.
Is it gold?
Mine.
No. No, mine.
You both have the scurvy.
Scene! Great job, you three. Great job. Give yourselves a clap. Excellent job. Excellent job. And thank you to Sean Dillon. He gets extra points, even though I have not been giving points all day. He gets extra points for having the most amount of props that I have seen come across the screen and just outside of screen at use at all times. Excellent. Can I get Neil and Emily to unmute themselves? Neil and Emily to unmute themselves. And game you're going to be playing is a game called Alphabet. It is also a game known as ABC. I'm sure the two of you know how to play, but just to review really quickly, what's going to happen is these players will be playing a scene, and their lines, each next line has to start with the next letter of the alphabet. They will probably start somewhere in the center, and the scene will last until they go all the way through the alphabet themselves. If someone happens to jump a few letters, feel free to jump with them. If they jump back, feel free to just pick up where they left off. And I think the easiest thing sometimes for this game is just say a word that starts with that letter. Also, give yourself permission to know the alphabet as well. It's amazing how we use it every single day. And in the moment we have to play this game, it completely and utterly just evaporates out of our heads. But I have full faith that you two will remember your alphabet. We're going to go with my middle name since I have a very lackluster, normal, and just unexotic name, and that name is John. We'll start with the letter J. And your suggestion for this game is the circus. And you'll start with the letter J. Ready, set, hit it.
Just look out for the clowns. Okay, last time they attacked me.
Killer clowns. I understand your plight.
Look, I thought it was a thing a few years ago, you know, when they started emerging from the woods, but I guess they're back.
Man, I thought we got rid of them.
No. No, clearly we didn't.
Oh.
They're back, and they're back with a vengeance. They're gonna get me.
Paul, come to me. Come closer. I'm gonna tell you a secret.
Queen, I am here. I will listen to you.
Right here. Right here. These are the bugs that are gonna get those clowns.
So we're gonna get those clowns. We're gonna get them. We're gonna show them a lesson.
Tits, we will get those clowns.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We are gonna throw them back in that carnival and send that carnival to another city.
Victory. It's gonna be ours. All we have to do is take care of those pesky clowns, Paul, and it's you and me, baby, all the way.
Win. We're gonna be winners when we send these clowns away, Queen. We're gonna. I can't wait. I'm never gonna have another nightmare again about those silly clowns.
Excuse me. I feel like maybe you're not really grasping the enormity of this.
You? I mean me? I fully grasp the enormity, but explain it to me in terms that I understand.
Zeitgeist.
Zeitgeist, of course. Of course.
Behold.
Clowns? Behold clowns?
Dear one, we must hold the clowns. We've been going in the wrong direction here. We need to pull them close to our bosom.
Excise. I'd rather excise those clowns from this city, from this earth.
Friend. They're our friends. They are not our enemies. They are not to be excised.
Generosity is what we must give them and what we must show them now. Although I don't know if I'll be able to.
Here. We will find our hearts, and we will find the joy. We will bring back the joy.
I just spent so many years fearing them, and now all of a sudden I'm supposed to embrace them in my bosoms?
Saints! Yes, Neil, you should embrace everything into your bosoms. All right, everybody. Well, we're getting down to our last two games. I know that's a big but give yourselves the clap right there. What I need Lisa and Joe to unmute themselves. This will be the last game that just has players. Then we'll be playing our last game of the evening after this. This game is called Poet's Corner. And what's going to happen is this. Joe, I'm going to, a number between 1 through 7.
5.
5, thank you. Lisa, numbers between 1 through 7.
3.
3, excellent. The number was actually 3. So Lisa, I'm going to give you your choice. Do you want to actually translate, or do you want to be the poet that speaks in gibberish?
I'll be the gibberish.
Excellent. All right. So Lisa, you are going to be speaking in gibberish. You are giving us a poem. Joe, you translate the gibberish for us. So Lisa, I will get you a suggestion of what to base your, actually, while I'm describing this in the chat, anyone, give me a grand theme of life in the chat. Anyone that's not playing this game right now, and I'll choose which one you're going to do. But Lisa, you will be speaking in gibberish, and you won't say your whole poem. You'll be going one line at a time. And then Joe, you will, once she's delivered her line, you will translate it for us into English. So as an example, if it was something like Gashubushuba, Hashubushuba, the translation might be, good morning, I like coffee. All right. And remember, these usually the more dramatic you are and over the top you are with this is the better. I'll give you an intro. Your suggestion is taxes. Taxes is your suggestion. All right, everybody. We're very lucky tonight. We've got something that's on the cutting edge of consciousness and your brain. We've got a poet here that doesn't speak English, can only speak in their native tongue. But luckily, we've got a translator here. And everybody, are you ready to expand your minds? Let's just get some snaps. Let's just get some snaps. All right, everybody. Please welcome to the stage the calculator.
Mashnurga, Bashmini, Flambara.
She says, we need to cut taxes like a circumcision of a young Jewish boy.
for the manga booth. Net for ya. Homa.
Otherwise, how will I pay for my porn channel?
Mix morph nig.
My husband's dick is as skinny as one of these 2 pencils.
Frama. Fing. Portnana.
And I wish I could staple his balls together.
Minginga. Lo. Paping.
He didn't pay our taxes last year. All he wanted to say was my dick is 2 feet long.
Mafo yapa pabu.
It isn't. It crumbles like this simple tinfoil.
Wafamini. Fapla.
Me? I'm happy when I'm alone.
Barthnorda. Compuba. Wah.
Then I don't need a magnifying glass to see his little dingy wingy.
Miss Meaty.
And after we're done, I just want to brush my teeth.
Scene! It's jazz, baby. It is all jazz. It is all jazz. All right, excellent. Great job to the poet. Great job to Papa Fringe there as well. All right, everyone. We are in our final game. This game is called Date With Me. So we're going to play this game just like we played 185. So everyone, feel free to unmute yourselves right now if you want to play, as well as turn your cameras on. And just like with 185, I will be looking for a wave. The more obvious you make it, the better for me to see it with these old eyes. All right. And then the setup is this. A date with me is like blank punchline. As an example, a date with me is like a doctor. You're going to need a lot of patience. Yes. I think maybe some people have heard me tell that one before.
5 years,
I will
think.
always take that pun out of my dead cold hands. All right. I can't believe I just quoted Charlton Heston there. Okay. All right. So I'll get you your suggestion. Remember the way. Oh, no. My camera's dropped. Ah. No, that went just as I planned. All right. It's a well-oiled machine here. All right. I hope no one sold my underwear on the floor. I'm just broadcasting.
Scattered. It's practically a floor of underwear.
All right. Now moving on to my segue. Before we play that game, let's give a big thank you out to the No Theater and the Fringe Festival. Also, the sponsor for our evening, Papa Fringe, Joe Mock, right there as well. All right. Your first suggestion is meteorologist. Meteorologist is your suggestion. Neil, I see you first. I saw you first, Neil.
A date with me is like a meteorologist. You'll have to weather the storm.
Yeah, excellent. All right, Sabrina.
A date with me is like a meteorologist. It's raining men.
All right. And, Sean. Yes, Sean.
A date with me is like a meteorologist. It's going to appear on the news tonight, probably around the middle and just before sports.
Excellent. Joe, Papa Fringe.
A date with me is like a meteorologist. 7 times out of 10, it's wrong.
Emily.
A date with me is like a date with a meteorologist. High chance of precipitation.
Oh,
Oh my.
Oh
my.
my God. That was brilliant. We're moving on. We're moving on. That was amazing. Amazing. All right. Your next suggestion is magician. Magician is your next suggestion. Do I see anybody? Oh, there I see Sabrina. Sabrina's hands.
A date with me is like a date with a magician. Someone goes missing.
Oh,
Ooh.
Joe, I believe you have one.
a date with me is like a date with a magician. Abracadabra poof.
Oh,
no.
boom. Excellent. Excellent. All right. All right. Does anyone else have one? Do I see any hands going? Oh, Lisa, yes.
Yeah, a date with me is like a date with a magician. I'm gonna pull something out of my hat.
Whoa! What?
What?
What? Oh my God! I'm also gonna say, just like I think most people when they're on a date with a magician, I think Lisa said musician for a while, and wishful thinking they usually do want to be with the musician. Emily.
All right. A date with me is like a date with a magician. Houdini?
Excellent. Excellent. Sean.
Date with me is like a magician. I'll attempt to sell Hostess products to you throughout the early 80s.
It would not have felt right if there was not a prop involved. All right. I'm going to move on to our next suggestion. And our next suggestion is potter. Potter. Someone who works at a pottery and makes pots. Potter is your suggestion. Yes, Lisa.
Date with me is like a date with a potter. I'm gonna be killing it.
Oh! Boom!
That's it.
Oh my God, that's brilliant. You know what? What I say everyone is, that's it, everybody. That is the game of Date
Excellent.
with Me.
Wow.
Excellent.
Was
Wow.
brilliant. All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming out and playing tonight. That joined us in the Zoom and actually participated. Thank you for anyone that actually joined the Zoom and just watched. And thank you to anyone that might still be watching the Facebook live feed or the Vimeo feed. You've all been amazing. I absolutely loved it. Everybody, have a great night. Enjoy
Thanks,
yourself.
David.
Bye.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Everyone brilliant. Everyone is beautiful and brilliant.